Hi, this is Mr. Shrum, and I'm just going to post these videos of me previewing the lesson plans in Naviance for seventh grade, and I will start right now. This will show you the teacher view, as in the basics, objectives start here. This is to me, but I'll show you guys this. The required activities and the additional activities that we can go into when we meet on Mondays. But a lot of the week to week activities will look a lot like this, where you have a certain amount of set slides. What do you know? Seventh grade is an important year. This is when we begin thinking about the things that interest you and learning about career and college options ahead of you. Take the time to check out what you know about what's coming up in seventh grade. Since this is a pretest, you may not know some of the responses, and that's okay. If you don't know an answer, take your best guess. Which of the following best describes listening to yourself? Asking someone else, an adult? No. Checking with your friends? No. Trusting that you know what's best for you? All of the above? Okay, so what do you think? The only one that involves you, really, is this one. And it says it's correct. And it's always okay to ask other people as well. But some people get into this tendency where they only do things thinking of what others will think instead of what they truly want in their heart of hearts. And you hear sayings like trust your gut, go with your gut. And a lot of times that feeling is true and you should go with it in most cases. Following through on commitments is an example of being responsible, asking questions, encouraging others, listening. Following through on commitments is an example of responsibility. The others are great too. That's just not the most straightforward example of that. What is an example of managing time better to overcome an obstacle? Time. Managing time is always hard. Whether you're in seventh grade, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a parent, it's always something to keep in mind. So doing homework right after school is an example of managing time better. If you do your homework right after school, make sure you get things done afterwards. You can do more relaxing things, playing games, playing outside, video games, reading, talking to your family, checking in with your friends, walking the dog, looking into your interests in doing college searches are ways of exploring college. A trait that makes you unique, special. A trait that makes you unique is let's see. A special talent, and that can be many things that separates you from another person or makes you a unique individual. We all have our strengths and weaknesses, and that's okay. What is an example of a habit for success? Talking to your teachers is a good habit to get into, using a calendar, using time wisely. So this is all really good stuff. The Army, Navy, and Marines are all branches of the military, the United States military. I wonder why that's in here. What is the cost of classes and services at college called? That is called tuition and fees. Unfortunately, they exist. What activity would you suggest for someone who learns by listening? If you know how you learn best, as in you like to visually see things and draw things out for you in your notes, if you prefer listening, as in your teacher talks and you learn by asking more questions and listening and talking through things, or you learn by doing, as in you physically have to be doing something while you're trying to learn. So maybe you're a more active person. You need to physically write things out, physically do a science lab where you're actively performing certain functions, and then you're retaining that knowledge because you're actively using your body. Whatever seems to work best for you, you want to find a way to do that. And letting your teacher know as well can help you learn better. If your teacher is trying to teach in a certain way, hopefully your teachers understand that you need multiple ways to learn a certain subject, because not every student can just listen and take notes and then retain that information. Hopefully our teachers are doing more than that. What activity would you suggest for someone who learns by listening? So if someone's listening and learns by listening, perhaps this person is good with lyrics and remembering songs. Making a song and then putting that information into a format that you can sing, that can be useful. Saying hello and goodbye is an example of, we'll call those social rules, social expectations, as in if you're walking on the street, I don't know, and you run into a friend, social expectations, at least in the United States, the English speaking, wherever we are in Oklahoma, we say hello and goodbye here. And in most parts of the United States, in other countries and cultures, that may not necessarily be the case. But knowing your social expectations in the society you are existing in is a good thing to be aware of. How can you begin developing your interests? I suppose you could just do anything. You will learn what you like to do by doing more things. What is money borrowed from the government called? Borrowing money, whether it's from the government or another entity, is a loan. Sometimes they are subsidized, sometimes they are unsubsidized, and I will explain that when you are ready to talk about that. Practicing and getting better at an instrument you already play is an example of developing skills. So that's not a new interest, it's an interest, and then you're refining that interest and skill. Making a model and using flashcards are examples of what kind of learning? Okay, hold on. So now I'm getting, so making a model, using flashcards, Is it seeing or doing? Oh no. See, even teachers make mistakes. Oh, so that is a uh, doing kind of learning. I was thinking of physically seeing a model, but if you are using your body to create flashcards and to create a model, I could see how that is doing a doing kind of learning. What is a way that you can define your success in life? Doing a job you love, feeling a sense of pride, whether that's towards your family, yourself, your community, getting involved in your community. And that can be through the library, a uh, religious institution, a civic center, a school. You know, we have community service in school here in TPS, Tulsa Public Schools, and community gardens, mutual aid groups, and lots of things you can get involved with. It's easier once you're older and you have reliable transportation and you don't have to rely on your parents. But getting involved early is a good thing. Doing homework in study hall and reading on the school bus are examples of using time wisely. You know, I did a lot of this stuff on the bus. My homework, reading, that to me was a good time to do stuff. And I could talk to my friends as well. So that worked out for me and some of my friends as well. What is the best way to prepare for college in middle school? So right now, what are some little things that you can do to prepare? What is the best? Well, preparing, I mean, you should always spend time with friends and play video games or any type of games when you can. But studying hard is preparation. It's not like these questions are telling you not to do things you enjoy, but preparation calls for a bit more intentional studying. How many years does it usually take to finish community and technical college? Community college and technical college, these are generally 2-year programs. Sometimes you see longer ones, sometimes shorter, but the average is about 2 years. What is an example of a school rule or school expectation? Being on time to class is expected, but we all know that things can happen. What is a way that you can overcome an obstacle? Talk to someone. Try to manage time better if that's one of the causes of the obstacle. Work hard if that is, you know, something that you haven't been doing necessarily, but there are things and obstacles that we can't foresee all the time. Okay, I missed one, but I still passed. So I hope you passed as well. And that is just a preview of some of the stuff we will go over in advisory through Naviance and ICAP. And I hope you enjoyed this little walkthrough, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.